that could play your 4-hole here.
All right, so I have the video. Sorry to cut you off. I have the video the Eagles put up if we want to play it. It just runs through their roster. So let me pull this up real quick.
Here is the 2024 Philadelphia Eagle roster. So
pull this up for us.
We're now getting.
Okay.
Make it a little bigger, Xander. There you go.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, here we go.
We'll restart it here. Is that full screen for you, Sills?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nolan, Jake, Devontae, Pickett, Gardner,
It stopped. It's not running right now. There you go.
No? All right. How's that?
Dean
Covey's in there. Sweat, Ringo, Ricks.
Eli
Ricks. There you go. James Bradbury's on there. Avonte Maddox is in. Quinion, obviously. Reed Blankenship.
Yep.
Cooper. Isaiah Rodgers. Tristan McCullum makes the team. Will Shipley, Devin White, Patrick Johnson, Rick Lovato. We knew that.
Zach Bond made it.
Yep, obviously. Steen. Ben Van Sumeren. I knew he would make it. Thomas Booker makes the team. That's big. Darian Kennard made the team as another one. Trevor Keegan, Calcaterra, Dotson, obviously. Johnny Wilson. Marlon T. There's Marlon, Morrow, Carter, Huff, Hurts, Slay. That's the beginning. So Tristan McCullum makes the team. That's big. That's probably the one that stood out to me.
That's a shocker.
The most there. Tristan McCullum making the team. And then who else were we surprised at there that made it? Eli Ricks. So Eli Ricks makes it. Darian Kennard
I had Ricks making it.
You did. You had Ricks making it. That is correct. So you had him right. I'm going to keep up to date and see. So Eli Ricks makes it. Bradbury makes it. I'm happy Thomas Booker made it, Sills. And then you saw Marlon T. and you saw Moro Ujoma, which means they must be going 6 deep at the defensive tackle position
too. They're going 6 interior and 6 perimeter edge. That's a lot.
So Ben Van Sumeren makes the team.
Oren
Burks released. That means Oren Burks is released. Josh Jobe is waived. So those guys are going to have a chance. We'll see if they bring back Oren Burks. Josh Jobe will have to get through waivers. But Ben Van Sumeren, Tristan McCullum, Thomas Booker, all guys that are in. And then here's your list of release.
Jalix Hunt made it too, right?
Yeah, obviously. They didn't spend a 3rd-round pick on Jalix Hunt was there, Senor. I see that you're asking for him. He was there on the video. So here is your guys who are released. Ready?
Yeah, can you put that up?
Yep, I'll put it up. So released, this is from Zach Berman. Shout out to Zach Berman from PHLY. This is your list of release guys. Linebacker, Oren Burks. Wide receiver, Paris Campbell. O-line, Nick Gates. Johnny Mack had Nick Gates making the team. QB, Will Greer. Guard, center, Matt Hennessy. Perry Nickerson, cornerback. Linebacker, edge rusher, Julian Okwara. Wide receiver, John Ross. And guard, Max Sharping. And offensive lineman, Brett Toth.
Xander, off that top list, who do you think they bring anybody back for the practice squad?
I think Paris Campbell's a practice squad guy. I think Oren Burks could be.
Would they put Will Greer on that?
I think they'll keep him around, probably, yes. And then I think Julian Okwara is another guy. John likes Perry Nickerson, and we'll see. They originally liked Matt Hennessy, but they must really not like him right now. So we'll see if one of these offensive linemen is maybe multiple of them, Hennessy, Sharping, and Toth, but all of them could be guys that are, on the practice squad eventually. We'll see what they end up doing. And then here's your list of waived guys where you have Gottlieb Yedze. I can't pronounce all these, but you guys can see the list. Tyrion Davis-Price was waived. Gabe Hall, Jacob Harris, Griffin Hebert.
What about Jobe? You think they put him on the practice squad?
EJ and Josh Jobe. Terrell Lewis. I think so, Sills. I think they'll try and get him back to the 53 on game day because they like him so much in special teams. But we'll see what they do. Lou Nichols is down here. Kendall Milton, the undrafted guy, Zach McPherson. Dylan McMahon, Sills, draft pick.
They cut him.
Yeah, so
all right,
well, they waived him. So we'll see if he gets through waivers. But he's a big one. We didn't mention him. That's a big one.
No, I had him making the team.
Yep, that's the only draft pick that did not make the team. So We'll see if they
Practice
get him
squad
through
guy?
waivers. Yeah, if they get him through waivers. He's not invested, obviously. PJ Mustipher, Kendall Milton, Austin Watkins, Caden Stearns, obviously. I think all these guys, most of these guys will get through waivers. Maybe Dylan McMahon doesn't. Josh Jobe might not. EJ Jenkins might not get through waivers. We'll see, what else happens. And then there's your pup, Sidney Brown, and then on IR, Anaya Smith and Albert O. So that's your breakdown of the roster right there.
What do you make of it?
A little surprised at McMahon. Definitely surprised at McMahon, and surprised they went with Tristan McCullum and also kept Bradbury. So they went deep in that secondary, man. Van Sumeren, I always thought he would make the team, so I'm not surprised by it. Thomas Booker, Eli Ricks, yeah. I mean, look, we talked about that right before he came on, but yeah, JM says 2 tight ends is crazy. I think they are going to end up picking up another tight end. Yeah, Fly Parks, you're exactly right. Howie traded for him years ago, and he's been a nothing burger. Seems like they're trying to save face with him too.
Do they have the full 53 set?
There's your 53 right there, man.
Okay, let me start from the top again. There it is right there. Okay. They kept 3. They kept 4 backs. No, 3 backs. My bad.
3 backs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got
5 wide receivers. Yeah.
But I think they're going to come back with another one.
I do too.
They're not going to go into the season with 5 wideouts.
Yeah.
2 tight ends. They're going to come back with a tight end
somewhere. They're going to come back with a tight end. Yep.
How many old linemen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 offensive linemen. Holy shit.
No, it's a lot more than 7. Where'd you get
go down? Go down. Yeah, I can't see it all.
Oh, you got Darian Kennard down there. That's it, though. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 offensive linemen there. You got Mailata, Dickerson, Juergens, Becton, Lane, and then your backups are Tyler Steen, Keegan,
9 old
Johnson, and Kennard. See, they opted for more depth on the secondary because they kept Eli Ricks. They kept Avonte Maddox as a corner. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 corners here and 4 safeties, and that's not including Avonte Maddox at safety. So they obviously opted for an extra guy here and an extra edge rusher and an extra defensive tackle over the extra offensive lineman. So you can see they got 1, 2, 3, 6 defensive tackles and 6 edge rushers, 5 linebackers, 7 corners, and 4 safeties. And then 9 offensive linemen, 2 tight ends, 5 wideouts, 3 running backs, 3 quarterbacks. That's your 53.
I can't believe Bradbury made the team, but I'm not shocked.
I think some of this is projection on who gets through waivers. I think they had a better chance at getting Dylan McMahon, the rookie, through waivers than they did with Thomas Booker or Johnson.
They're not Booker. You would not if you cut Booker, he would have been picked up.
He would have been picked up.
Okay. Yeah, they would. Hey, Xander, interior D lineman, how many did they keep there?
Interior D line, they got 6, right? They had Jordan Davis,
2,
Jalen Carter, Milton Williams, Marlon Tuipulotu, Mora Wajomo, and Thomas Booker.
Edge rushers 1, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6.
That's exactly as we projected a second ago before this came out. Huff, Sweat, Graham, Nolan, Jalix, and Patrick Johnson.
Linebackers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They kept 5. I thought they'd keep a little bit more than that.
Yeah, well, who would they have kept? Oren Burks too with 6?
No, I think they're going to find a guy. Let's see, DBs 1, 2, corners 1. Now, are you
7 corners?
Are you putting Mitchell at the corner even though he's playing the slot?
Well, that's still a cornerback in the eyes of the
but okay.
Well, what would it be if it's not a corner?
Yeah. Like Vic says, they're 2 different positions. Slot and corner are 2 different positions. But okay, technically, talking about it that way. But when you hear Vic talking, he's right. They're 2
bottom guys, Avonte Maddox, he's cut off. But yeah,
there's 2 different skill sets there between slot and corner, true corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Vic had some. I think Vic had a lot of say in that defense, especially in the front 4 and the front 7. I think he had a lot of say here. I'll tell you what, you could see the dominant coaches because
I'm surprised. You don't see this team go lighter on the offensive line to favor other positions often. That's an interesting move, and I think it's a projection that they get McMahon through the waivers. Yeah. Well, that's Vic vouching for the Booker. I mean, Patrick Johnson.
Don't you think it came down to keeping Booker or keeping Tooth?
Tooth. Who's Tooth?
Or the old lineman they cut.
Tooth. He said
Dylan
McMahon or Brett Toth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it came down to the rookie, not Tooth. You can dub that a new nickname.
Quite frankly, you know what? I'm talking about the 62nd guy on the team. How you done? I'm going to call him Tooth.
All right. Well, look, that's your 53, man. There it is.
No! And holy cow, Xander. 2 questions for you. Okay. How you feel about this football team getting ready for September 6th now?
I feel pretty good, honestly. I mean, I think there are spots you can be better, but I like the depth on defense. You got tons of depth. You might not have the greatest starters at every position, but you do have depth. I think it's a big year for the guys up front and Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. You know, I don't see many holes, Sills, looking at this thing. Look, I know you're an objective guy, and
what do you mean holes? You don't see holes. What are you talking about?
Okay, where do you see holes? Let's debate
all over the entire defense. Unproven players. Everywhere. Unproven players everywhere. Linebacker, corners, safeties, everywhere. Edge rushers, everywhere. What are you talking about? You're making it sound like this is the first team all-pro defense.
I didn't say that.
Well, then what are you saying? You saying holes where?
You got guys in the room that can play. Bryce Huff is upside. He's got projection.
Bryce Huff?
I get what you're saying with him, but you still have Sweat, Graham, Jalix Hunt, and Patrick Johnson. I think you're going to get a good rotation.
Graham? Are you Grandpa Graham? Hey, dude, you're kidding yourself if you think that you're looking at that defense and going like, you think that's the 49er defense?
I might be upping from 13 wins, everybody.
Oh, yeah, I knew it.
This roster is elite. This roster is elite.
Get this, no holes on defense.
This roster is elite.
Hey, no holes on defense. Did I hear that right?
But they're not massive
holes. Wait a minute. I want to
to
get this right. Say you say there's no holes on defense.
Big Sills, this is a Super Bowl roster right here.
Oh my God.
This is a Super Bowl roster, baby. Look at it, Sills. Jalen Hurts. You got Saquon Barkley, Devontae, and AJ. This is.
How come you start on that side? Start on the other side.
That you are seething inside, Sills, because you're like, no, I have to watch this team.
Jordan Love's going to
dominate the league
45 on you on Friday of next week. He's going to put 45 on you.
Sills, no, he's not.
Okay, he's not.
Mark my words. 2 interceptions for Jordan Love in the opener.
Okay, mark my words. 2 interceptions and a fumble for Hurts.
No way. I'll take that bet right now.
No. You know what I will say, though? I think this is a high-scoring football game next week. Because both defenses won't be ready. Both defenses won't be ready, including your no-holes. That's the new name of the Eagle defense in 2024. Xander's got a new name, the no-holes Eagle defense.
No holes, baby. And
hey, who's going to lead?
Featuring Brett Tooth, the disciple. Put it up.
Tooth, how you doing, Dan? They just vacated Michigan's season 21, 22, and 23 in the championship.
Wow, did they really?
That's awful. Because you know why? Can I say it without being a dick? Because he didn't do proper COVID fucking recruiting. What a bunch of shit that is. Who's the backup center? I believe it's the Hennessy kid. Eagles didn't keep a backup center. I think it's the Hennessy kid's the backup. And Xander?
Who? Yeah, they don't have a backup center. Handsome. Sorry, I was distracted with making sure I had the updates on everything over here with the roster because, at the end of the day, I don't care too much right now about the Michigan.
Yeah, I don't care about Tooth either.
But Disciple, I do appreciate your super chat, man. Handsome, you're right though. They don't have a center. They don't have a backup center. So I think it's going to be Dylan McMahon, or they're hoping.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they're hoping.
They got a backup center.
Who they got?
Jason Kelsey.
No, they're not. He's lost 30 pounds. He's not coming back. He doesn't care. He just signed a $100 million deal in his podcast.
I saw that with his brother, man. And, hey, get this. Most times you see this guy signs a figure contract.
God
That was,
bless them, man.
I
God
heard
bless them. They do a
they
great
signed
job.
a 9-figure contract. I'm like, what?
Yeah, God bless them.
$100
They do a
deal.
great job on that show, but Jason Kelsey will not be returning. So no backup center. I guess they're going to try and get McMahon through waivers or bring Brett Tooth back. The tooth is loose. I like that, P.I. The tooth is loose.
The no holes defense in Philly.
So you're talking about this defense. They went heavy as heck on defense, man. 28 players on defense versus 22 on offense, and then your 3 special teams guys. That they do have depth there. So when I say no holes, I don't mean that they have all superstar players. I mean they have real depth at every position, a real rotation at every player, every position. And I think it's going to benefit Vic Fangio, a guy that's probably going to move guys in and out a lot. So that's heavy, though, on defense, man. And then 5 safeties, really, with Maddox. And you could call it 7 corners or 5 safeties, however you want to slice it. But Bradbury, Maddox, and McCollum all made the cut. Interesting to see what they're going to do there. And then remember, Sidney Brown will return from the PUP list, and he will automatically slot in as your 3rd safety. So a lot to see what could happen there.
He won't be ready for this year, though. The next year he'll be ready to be an impact guy. You know what happens when you come back immediately from an injury.
Tristan, who are you talking about?
No, I'm talking Sidney. When Sidney comes back from his injury, it'll take him a little bit to get going.
Yeah, it's not going to take him a full year, I don't think.
Dog. Who do you think he is? Holy shit, man. Now you're dropping voodoo dust.
I'm not falling for your doom and gloom. Okay, Sidney Brown got hurt last year. I'll talk to you in 2 years. If I said that every time a guy got injured.
No, Sidney Brown is going to come right off of an MCL injury, and I promise you, this guy's going to be your starting safety lining up against Baltimore. Yeah.
Whatever, so.
Give me the tooth.
Give me the tooth. Listen, I think they bring back Jack Stoll. A lot of people have been projecting that. He was a guy that got cut in New York. I think they bring him back for that 3rd tight end. So we'll see what they end up doing with there, though. I thought EJ Jenkins would get it, but he didn't.
Xander, are you seeing any names out there that are being released too? Also, that's something that maybe Howie
that could
because there's probably a ton of names right now that are going across the wire right now that you got to figure this, dude. You got to figure Howie's got to look at maybe a receiver, a tight end, maybe another linebacker, maybe another running back.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Sills, if a team picks up Dylan McMahon on waivers, I think the Eagles are going to be in trouble. They don't have a backup center. I'm looking at this roster right now. They do not have they have no Nick Gates, no Dylan McMahon, no Brett Toth, no Matt Hennessy.
Boy,
they do not have.
They do have a backup center. They really do. You know who it is? Landon Dickerson.
No, they're not. They're not going to move him, dude. They just paid him.
They would have to.
They're not going to. They're not.
So wait a minute. You're going to have a $50 million quarterback, and if that kid goes down, you're going to sign a guy off the wire who doesn't know the plays?
I'm looking at this offensive line. Your backup linemen are Tyler Steen, Trevor Keegan, Fred Johnson, and Darian Kennard. They do not have anybody to play backup center.
You're right. They're going to have to move Dickerson if they had to.
Well, yeah, I think they're still going to make a move, but I'm just saying, I think their contingency on this is that McMahon was going to get through waivers and they would elevate him when another injury happens.
Think about that. You're right.
Get the waivers.
You cut him knowing full well you don't have a backup. So you're assuming he's going to clear.
You're hoping.
Wire. Okay, that's kind of a gamble, though.
I don't think it's no doubt it's a gamble. No doubt it's a gamble.
If I was Dallas, I'd pick them up because they got problems at center right now.
I know, right? Even just to make us
even make it harder on them.
Yeah. I mean,
look at what the Eagles did last year with Rashad Penny. They signed him to keep him away from the Cowboys. This is the only reason they never took him out of the barn. Wow. I'll tell you what, like I said, there's going to be some names out there. I would not be shocked if they look at something where somebody gets released that's an edge guy. Okay, because let me say this to you here.
How many more edges are you going to keep?
Well, someone we get moved. Depending on what that thing is out there. Dude, I don't think you're very good at edge. I think Sweat's your best guy. I think the question mark on Huff. By the way, here's my true take on Huff. Okay? I don't think he's bad. I just think he hasn't done it enough. That's all. 1 year doesn't make, in my opinion, a great pass rusher. Okay? I want to see this kid show me that he could be somebody that's going to be counted on year in and year out. Let's see here. Isaiah Rodgers. I mean, wow. So the Philadelphia Eagles are going to go into the start of the season against the Green Bay Packers in Brazil with Isaiah Rodgers, who's missed an entire year, as a starting cornerback number 2. You're good with that?
Well, yeah. I mean, what's the problem with it?
You don't think that that's a huge question mark that you go into a game where you're going to play 2 high safety, you're going to have a middle zone wide open, and you're going to play 10 yards off the ball with your corners, that's not going to be a problem.
Well, what's your
guy
problem?
who hasn't played in a year?
What are you identifying as the problem there?
Experience.
With who? Sidney Brown?
Isaiah.
Oh, Isaiah Rodgers. I'm not that high on him. I don't think he's going to be on this field as much as you.
You don't think he starts against Green Bay then?
I think he could start against Green Bay, but I don't think he'll be in there long, man. I think they move Quinion on the outside. I think Cooper DeJean gets up to play and they try and get him in at the slot or Avonte Maddox in at the slot. I don't think Isaiah Rodgers is going to live on this football field. I really don't, unless an injury happens, which very well might happen. But we'll see what they end up doing there. I want to read some comments though, just to make sure everybody's.
You think Mitchell gets that starting job by week 3?
Yeah, I think he already has it. Kind of. They're just waiting for the other guys to get ready because they need a spot.
Comments.
Well, I think everybody has a lot of the same reactions I do. What the hell they're going to do with the offensive line depth? I think that's the one glaring spot here.
Center
is really the whole offensive line. I mean,
center and right guard for sure.
Yeah, you look at the backups. You got Steen and Keegan, who can both play guard, and then you have Fred Johnson and Darian Kennard. Those are tackle guys. So, they don't really have interior guys there. They do not have enough interior depth in the offensive line. That would be the biggest thing for me, no doubt about it. I'm happy Tristan McCullum made the team. So he's a guy I think earned it. I really think he earned it, and I'm happy he made it.
Right?
Booker too. Yeah, Booker too. But Tristan, I thought,
because I've heard John talk a lot about Booker.
Yeah, Booker's been good. Booker's been impressive in camp. So,
all right, guys, where are we on the like list right now, Xander?
1 sec, I'll tell you in a second. I got like a million tabs.
Xander, they're only depth if they can play. That Bob, that's my take.
Yeah, Bob, welcome to football. No crap.
Hey, Bob.
Right,
see, he thinks because they've got 7.
I'm not trying to be rude to you, Bob. I'm just saying.
Hey, Bob,
I mean,
they think that because he's got 7 guys from Philadelphia International Airport, that's depth. I mean, just because you got 7 guys that were baggage handlers and those guys are now part of your corner play, that doesn't mean you got 7 quality guys. You got 7 baggage handlers. Jeez, I mean, look at your linebackers. Look at it. They're pretty deep at linebacker. Pretty deep at linebacker. Yeah, you're also deep over at Philly X with baggage handlers. They're deep too. I'm gonna
make a channel for Dan and Bob to go and blast into the abyss that these guys have never played yet.
You're right, Bob. Remember that. Xander, the no holds defense. You know, Gang Green. This is the new no holds defense.
I talked to Bob. I know Bob well. Bob was on the show with me. Bob has been an Eagles fan since before I was born. But Bob, come on.
Come on, Bob. Make sure those baggage handler linebackers, man.
Bob says, I'm being a realist, Xander. Come on.
Come on Jason, now.
Yeah, Jason, I'm with you, man. I'm with you for sure on this.
217 likes. Guys, please hit the like button. You've been absolutely great. So, Xander, you're going to do a quick hit with John right after the program, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping at 6 p.m., but I'm waiting to see when he talks to Howie because it's gonna depend on Howie. That. So, yeah, Howie's supposed to speak today. So,
hey, wait, here's Howie. So, the guy came down with malaria, Anaya Smith, and there he is now on the IR. Holy shit, man! I mean, somehow that guy made the team. Now, what a shocker! Hey, I heard John go like this. Hey, I talked to the kid yesterday for about an hour. He says, "Yeah, I'm really feeling pretty well." Mm-hmm. This guy comes down with malaria the next day. Now he's on IR.
That was some Howie moves right there.
Absolutely, man. Xander, good stuff, man. Hey, the no holds defense. I can't wait next Friday against Green Bay. Absolutely.
I almost want to. Bob Brown blast me.
Xander,
Bob, you're not calling me
You
a
have a
socialist, are you?
socialist take.
Bob, I'll block you from this chat, Bob. Bob, don't do it, Bob.
Hey, Bob, don't call him a communist or a socialist. That's not going to work.
Bob, none of the above.
Look at the camouflage hat, Bob. Not good.
You got to be kidding me, Bob. That's right.
Look at that.
I think Bob,
president of the Dean
Bob, you might
Club.
need a day off from Cilio, Bob. I think he's corrupting that big brain of yours.
See,
Oh,
Bob.
Stu says press conference starting. That's big right there because that means I'll hopefully get John at 6 p.m. Yeah, Howie's live, and it looks like Nick Sirianni's with him. Of course, they got to trot the two out together.
Do me a favor, Xander. Can you monitor that and maybe at the top come back with me for about 5 minutes?
Yeah, that's perfect. I'll monitor it, but
5 minutes. I won't keep you long. 5 minutes and just give us some takeaway.
I don't care how long you keep me out at the end of the day. We got news breaking. We got Eagles roster cuts.
No holds defense.
We got the best defense in the NFL, and I'm ready to debate Big Sills on all of it.
The no holds defense. There you go. I want a T-shirt with that from Jacob. Screw that Barkley thing because he's going to get only 50 yards a game and he's going to play 10 ball games. I want that T-shirt made that says the no holds defense, according to Xander Krause. All right, guys.
Look at what Bob started. You got to be kidding me, dude.
There's only one thing that really pisses him
off. Here we go, Sam. Appreciate you, brother.
Right on the money. 13 wins.
Come on, man. You know better than that. You got to be kidding me.
You're a Marxist. Hey, come on, Kamala.
Oh, God. On that note, I'm leaving. I'll talk to you at the top of the hour.
Okay, I appreciate it, Xander. Love that, man. Really good stuff there, man. Don't forget, right after the program, too, him and John McMullen will do this, and we'll come back. We'll hit on this a little bit more here. Please hit the like button. You guys are absolutely killing it. Keep it here, National Football Show.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.